We're doing, guys.
We've been critical of the special teams for about a month. What about our evaluations are right, or what's wrong?
To be honest, I don't know specific evaluations you've given, so it's hard to answer. I'm sure there's mistakes. There are a lot of plays that we wish we had back for one reason or another. And there's some we're really excited and happy with, and so that's kind of that. Obviously, you could probably point to a bunch of individual plays that we wish we had done slightly differently, and in one way or another, and those are probably warranted. Other plays, I don't know exactly which ones, but yeah. That's typically at the end of the season we'll go back and we'll do our we call it a self-scout. We look at all the different metrics that we judge ourselves by. We do that at the bye week. Ultimately, the special teams, our job is to put our team in the best position to win. And like I said, there's some spots that we have not done that clearly. So in those moments and in those situations, there's some stuff you can't do. I think our guys are playing hard. Got a lot of guys playing hard. Some young guys really showing up, making. Jermaine Matthews went down, made a big tackle on punt last week. If you just watch the way some of the guys are playing and growing throughout the year too, that's, it's been really good to see. And that's really ultimately what we're here to do, is put the team in the best position to win. And like I said, sometimes I feel like we've done that. Other times we haven't. To be honest, there's probably a bunch. There's little specifics that are. We missed an opportunity to, down punts or little things like that. And there's obviously, Rutgers play and certain things that I'm sure y'all are talking about. So there's a number of them. But, if I went back and really studied all of it, there's probably something on every individual play that we could have done better, and the result might have covered up something, or, things like that. Yeah. Obviously not, right? If they got it, then you weren't ready enough. It was kind of a unique situation. We had, if I remember right, it was they got the first down, and they went to the review, right? And then they decided we kind of were in between. Are they going to just go for it outright, or are they going to put the punt team out there and then go fake it, whatever? And it was one of those situations that we were in a defensive safe that didn't get the job. They got the first down. So we just, we got to be better prepared for that moment, knowing kind of the situation at hand. So. Like what?
Just these on.
Which one?
That could be on a game day.
You're talking about the ball that hit Lorenzo? I'm not going to say luck. No, I mean, there's in that situation, we prepare the best we can for the ball that's not catchable, right? That's into the wind, and the ball's running and pointing, and you yell something to try and get everybody out of the way. That's something that we need to improve at. And if we didn't get our guy out of the way of the ball, we got to be better. And I got to do better so that our guys do better. And that's the truth, right? Anything that happens that's not good, that's on me to get fixed, right? And the way we look at it around here is, we try to put our players in the best position to go make plays. And then when they make plays, that's awesome. That's them making plays. When they don't, I didn't prepare them well enough to make the play. And so that situation is something we try to fight and to, practice the best we can, but clearly we didn't in that situation. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I really don't want to get into too much detail with that one. We're still playing games, and there's a lot going on with that. But no, I mean, it's the same answer, right? In a different way. That one's entirely different, I think, in some ways than the Lorenzo situation. But no, I mean, if there's a miscommunication, which there was, I can't let that happen. That's something that we cannot have. That's clearly a moment. Back to the first question. All I want to do, all the special teams group, all the coaches, we want to put our team in the best chance to win, and that's not what we did. So
Where are you doing it?
on the field.
So are you the person in charge of communicating what's supposed to happen on the special team to the special teams?
Yes.
So I think what catches our ears is that the Michigan fake punt wasn't a fake punt last year. Seemed to be the communication didn't, not everybody was on the same page. Here we're talking again about a communication issue where something was not that when it's repeated
Right.
from out here feels like a problem. Is that a fair assessment or is that in your
We got
mind,
Matt
is that
Jones at the middle 20.
I see your point. I think it's something that special teams situations come up in such different ways. And we really try and work and fight to, like I said, to cross all of those bridges before we get there, right? And clearly we haven't done a good enough job. And so that's the thing, is I try and learn from and we continually evaluate how we're doing certain things. Some of them are vetted and they work themselves out. Obviously some of them don't. And that's something that, anytime something goes wrong, whether it's this or that, I look myself and say, hey, did I prepare us? Did I prepare myself? Did I coach it well enough? And when it doesn't show up, no, the answer is no. So I probably, there's stuff that needs to be improved.
Ryan was saying, he was talking about miscommunication. He's also talking about this is a collective effort and every coach has to special teams. Has changed any of their
I'd have to go back and look. Not that I can specifically think of. It's practice. There's 22 guys on the field at all times in special teams, right? And so there's certain situations where coaches they have groups or units and help and all that stuff. But it's all back.
One final question, folks.
I would say it's a great question. I would say the one-off plays, we got to be better. We got to eliminate those. We've got our job is to change field position, create explosives when we have opportunities to, and we've done some of that. We have. You look at the net field position in a bunch of games, we've won it, right? People don't care about that because the big things can't happen, and they're right. You can't put your team in some situations that we have, and I totally understand that. You look at the kickoff team, and guys Lorenzo running down on kickoff against Indiana, gets 2 penalties. They start inside the 10-yard line twice, right? That's a pretty good play. And there are certain situations that have come up, that they put the team in a bad place. There are a lot of other situations that our guys are playing really hard, really young. We got some young guys, we got some old guys. We have a group that really believes in the mission, and they are playing they're playing really hard right now to go down and impact the game in a positive way, and it shows up. It does. And so that's what I'd say is, the bulk of it, these guys, they work really hard in meetings. They work really hard in practice. They work really hard in games to get things right and to do and help. And any of the mistakes that they've made, I haven't prepared them well enough for. But the bulk of it, I'm really proud of the guys and how they're performing on a week-to-week basis. I'm happy with Jay. He's done a really good job. He's obviously, he's not perfect, and that's something that he's done he's taken that over. Kicked off well last year, kicked off well this year. I'm happy with his progress.
Not every assistant coach has come out.
Sure.
So we appreciate that. There have been enough of those moments, those individual plays you're talking about, whether it's the Michigan fake punt, Georgia getting the timeout right before you guys run one, or again, stuff happens, but you feel goal at the end of the Georgia game. The thing we're talking about, fake punt this time. It feels like it's possible that this is a team that was trying to win a national championship, and maybe something is going to happen on special teams that's going to go wrong at a bad moment in a big game. Given what has happened in the past 2 years, how would you respond to me suggesting that maybe that's in the process?
don't know. That's one of those things it feels to me that when you look back at it and you cherry pick some certain specific spots, which they're valid, it's one of those deals where there's times when we're trying to make plays to help to push the envelope forward, and we got to do better. That's what it comes down to. You know, I can't say that we're going to be perfect. I'm not going to be perfect. You know, there are spots that, like I said, we'll learn from and improve to the best that we can. Who knows? Maybe I go inside and, you know, take that and think about it and digest it a little bit, because that's something we can't have happen. That's just the truth, you know. We do everything we can to put our team in a position, our guys in a position, and they play really hard for this group inside that locker room. And you know, no one's here trying to find ways to, you know, not execute. That's the truth. But that's something that we constantly look at and evaluate. And I really don't have a great answer for you, other than, you know, it's hurt.
Parker, thank you.
Thanks, guys.